What's up, guys? Max here, and Knull just broke records in the arena. So happy Halloween. It's October 31st. Happy Halloween. Sound the alarms. Let everybody know Knull just broke a record for arenas. Not the 5-star, but the 6-star. So as you guys know, the top 100 people get the 6-star as long as they place enough points to compete against each other. So the community's competing against each other. So most of the players that are in the top 100 ideally are going for that top 100 are people that are tuned in into what's going on in the game. You need a fairly large roster, you need a lot of units, and you need some time to refresh to get yourself in the top 100. So in this video, guys, I'm gonna be sharing just my initial reaction to the news of the arena scores, maybe a possible simple fix, and well, without giving too much information about my personal life, I'm gonna share some kind of situations that I think these relate to arenas, which kind of comes with a fix as well. So my first initial reaction, I was working and I look at my phone and I look at the score and I'm like, that sucks. It sucks because I was going for the champion as a 6-star. As you can see, I only put 12 million points, just enough to get the milestone for units. It sucks because any future grind that I want to do for a 6-star, and ideally, honestly, if I had the time this round of arenas, I would have gone for the 6-star grind, because that I always, based on my schedule, based on my life and family and time off from work and other variables that are going on, I can only grind for the first round. I can't grind for the second round unless I request and have that time available, but I can't do the second round, which makes it very unfortunate that you know, the second round people get a kind of like thumb on the pulse, like, oh, this guy's going high, look at his score, and they kind of prep their mind for, you know, the possible score they need to put up, and not just guessing and, you know, going hard at it. That's typically my mindset on round one. But my initial going back to my initial thoughts, oh yeah, so I would have gone for the champion for sure, but I just happen to be coming off of a gold. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm also coming back from vacation. So I came back from vacation, end up with a weather change, get a cold, get bummed down, and I just don't feel well. You need to be 100% feeling good. You're not gonna sleep much while you're doing arenas, especially if you're putting close to 200 million points. Oh my gosh, you're not gonna be sleeping. You're gonna be refreshing a whole lot for sure. That's the only way to do it. So that's why my first initial reaction when I saw this was like, I'm gonna have to do that when I want to go and the time and the champion arises that I want to go from, and it's still only the top 100. So that was like a sad moment, like a kind of like, I'm gonna do it and it's gonna suck kind of a moment. Like, I'm gonna be up there and competing, and I'm sure if you're seeing this and you watch this video and you're competitive in the arenas, you're probably thinking the same thing. You're like, damn, scores are going up higher. There's gonna be a champion that I'm gonna have to put up that score for, and you know, it is what it is, because that is the tone that us as a community are setting, because we're competing against each other. We're not competing against the developers. The game just sets the brackets, and then we compete against each other, and the competition within each other is huge, guys. It's huge. So we're competing all the time. So yeah, it sucks. Ideally, my next champion that I want to go for is going to be one of the top 5, maybe 1, 2, 3 prestige breaking champions. It's not going to be the 5th. If it's like another number 5, as long as he's amazing and good, yes, I'll go for him. But if he's just like a number 5 prestige, no, I'm gonna wait for like that number 1 to number 3, maybe, you know, somewhere in that ballpark, maybe, where that champion breaks the prestige number barrier. That's the champion that I would probably be grinding for. And I think the bar set It's going to be 200, maybe a little over 200. You know what this reminds me of, guys? It reminds me of like if you ever traded stocks, like, or if you ever set goals for yourself and you're like, I never, or business goals or financial or family goals, and you think you're like, you never can hit it, but then you break it and then you're like, oh, I just broke my goal, like that marker, you know? So like, yeah, so that's kind of what it reminds me of, and we as a community just broke records. So this is a big moment. It's very unfortunate that, you know, you're gonna have a lot of like people that just didn't get it. So this is where I want to talk about the change. I think it's so the changes that I would do to make this a little bit more sane to you, myself, everybody in the community. And this is where I'm gonna be very vague as much as possible. But let's look at the situation I was let's look at a situation I knew about. Okay, let's look at a product that, let's call it this product, this little guy. This guy is presented, this guy is the champion inside MCOC. It's doing well, but MCOC is a world community. This product is only being displayed, let's say, in my country. So let's say, and I don't like the performance that this product's doing, so I take it off. You know, but then I get states calling me saying, hey, why'd you take off this product off? It's one of my top 10 go-tos, and it produces, look at my numbers, it produces amazing. And then I'm like, okay. Then I get another call from somebody else saying, hey, you know, in my area, my market, my region, this is a top 5 product, and it's just, why would you take it off? You know, it's going to hurt us. But in the bigger picture, as a country, it's not producing as well as it should be, or competing. You know, it might be certain areas that it spikes, but overall, it's not good. Now, the fix for the overall picture is to take it off. So using a situation that, again, it's kind of my personal stuff to like MCOC, and this is where I'm gonna draw the connection. This is where I will draw the connection, hopefully. Having a limit of top only 100, it's kind of like a max, like a fix for the whole world community. It's like, okay, let's just put a top 100. Let's see how that works. And not every, see, the thing about that, just with the same scenario of this little knife, is that not every single product or not every single champion is looked at equally the same. Knull is a perfect example of a champion that broke records, that is hyped and is really good. And is he worth the 200 million points? Probably not. But that is what you and I have set to say that this champion's worth. Now, here comes another champion next week, and he or she, whoever the champion is, will probably not break 200 million unless we see some crazy numbers. But let's say this new champion's like maybe 140, 150, kind of like what the tone has been for like a simple, basic new 6-star champion. Now, the fact that there's a new bar and record, that means, again, that now all champions should be looked at equally the same. So would a better fix, here's my solutions. Would a fix be based on the hype of the champion, based on the developers seeing this champion to be, which is different now also between what they think is good and we think as a community is good. But would you consider, say, hey, okay, this guy, the community, the developers, the game personnel says this champion's worth, it's really hot, so it's only going to be worth the top 100. Only top 100 people are going to be able to get this champion because he's really that good. So that lets you, me, everybody else know that, hey, if you're going to be grinding for this champion, expect a high score, you know, where they'll grab second champion and be like, okay, well, this champion right here, he's not worth that much. So we'll say the top 200 people can get him, or 250 or 300 people can get him, because he's like a buffer champion. He's not going to be the best thing we've created, but we had a created champion, you know, as we do, as it's norm every month, and he's going to fill that gap. Would you guys consider that as a solution? Like, depending on the hype or the need or the champion, and for information, as we know, bases the brackets? Or should we just do a general, like, hey, let's lift the brackets, let's lift it off the top 100, let's go top 200, at least top 200, just to get another pulse inside the community. We're seeing scores go higher, higher, higher. So we want more people to get them. So let's do top 200 currently and see if that happens. So maybe those are the solutions that hopefully Kabam sees. And if they end up watching this video, it'd be nice if they can, you know, update this. And it's an easy update. It's in the game. Just move the 1, make it a 2, and make this guy a 201 to maybe 600. You know, I don't know what the fix is, because I don't have the data to be able to like know more into it. But my gosh, guys, congratulations to the guys, the girls that got the champion in the top 100. I know it feels amazing, and I know how it feels to not make it as well. I don't even want to look at the people that got the champion, because if there's somebody that I know, or a bot, or somebody that I know that doesn't play the game perfectly, and again sources out areas of the other areas to make sure that they acquire the champion, that kind of sucks. So there's that too. So if we factor all those other variables that we know as a community, if Kabam can see this and say, hey, you know what, guys, we're gonna open it up, let's, you know, the cheaters are always going to be there, so let them take 20 spots. So we're going to do 225 spots, or 325, or whatever they decide to do. But this number needs to go up. It can't be 100 anymore. It sucks for those that lose, but still put up a lot of effort. So I know from what I've seen, number 101 put very close to 200 million points, which is insane, guys. But again, those are my initial reactions and thoughts when it comes to this like result of Knull breaking the arenas. I figured I wanted to make a little video, it's just small, to talk about it, and hopefully have Kabam enhance or open up the bracket so we can go deeper into it. We can talk and share more information, but just a small video. You know, if you missed, hopefully you don't give up in the game. Keep pushing. You know, this is one champion. There's going to be so many more champions. Brush it off, lesson learned, move on. If you can, round 2, but if you can, take some time off the arenas, and you know, be happy with the account you have so far, and we move on. This is not going to break game breaker of your account. Trust me, it won't. And if you got the champion, congratulations. Rank that bad boy up. Enjoy them, you know, share some more knowledge on what you find on this champion, and congratulations, guys. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Peace, take care, be safe.